Hey everyone, this is a guide to the fishing trawler minigame, which is a quite old minigame. I'm not actually sure when it came out, but it's definitely among the oldest. And it's still actually a pretty decent minigame, even though it was released that long ago. The location is in Port Khazard, and there are a bunch of ways to get there. I'm not going to list all of them, but the easiest ways are charter ship, or to take an ardy cloak, teleport to the Ardy monastery, and then go a little bit southeast. Or if you're on Lunars, you have an even easier option, which is to just teleport directly there using the Port Khazard teleport spell. So once you're there, the requirements for the minigame are level 15 fishing, although you shouldn't really be doing it unless you're at least level 76 for sharks. And you'll also need swamp paste, ropes, and bailing buckets. And you can buy all three of those at the store there. Although if you're soloing, you will need to bring noted ropes to sell back to the store to buy more, because you'll use more than the 10 per game that the store lets you buy. So yeah, you just sell the noted ropes and then buy them back, and that'll let you unnote them. So then when you're ready to begin, you just go onto the gangplank over onto the boat, and then you wait a minute for it to start. So I'll speed through there. The gameplay for Fishing Trawler is actually quite easy. It's just a matter of prioritizing which activity you want to do first. So there are three things that you need to do. You need to, first of all, repair the net. And whenever you see in the chat box that the net has been ripped, then you need to go upstairs and repair it as soon as possible. That's your first priority. The second priority is to repair the holes in the walls of the ship, which are letting water in. And you want to then, once the water level gets up a bit so that you can actually see water in the bottom of the boat, then you want to bail the water. So priority is first of all the net, then fixing the holes in the walls, and then using bailing buckets. And of course I'm doing solo here, which is actually a lot more work than doing a group. So if you're with a group, it doesn't really matter as much. A lot of times you'll have one person who's just staying at the net and trying to take care of that, and then the rest of the people will just bail and fill up the holes. It's quite easy in a large team, but it's also sort of a bother because sometimes teams don't work quite as well as they should, and the boat will sink, in which case you just have to click on one of the barrels and that'll let you swim to shore. I didn't show that in this video because it shouldn't happen to you, really. But yeah, that's pretty much it. You just fill up the holes and fix the net and bail water. So I'm going to skip along to the end here. As you'll see if you're watching closely, or as you might have already seen, I started out with 95 noted ropes and a lower number of swamp paste than I had in the original clip, and that's just because I failed pretty badly in my first trip. I hadn't done it for a really long time and I forgot a few things. But yeah, don't freak out too much about that. I just used a different clip for the actual gameplay here. So I'm going to skip along closer to the end of this trip, and here we go. Okay, so this is actually quite unusual. I ran out of ropes in the last minute, and yeah, that's quite unusual. I started out with 18 ropes and I used them all up. So if that happens, you can always just use less bailing buckets during the next trip, but it shouldn't happen too often. Yeah, it shouldn't happen too often. And okay, so here we are. The round just ended, so just finishing up. And to get your rewards, you just click on the net. And just be aware that when you click on the net, if you were to click away after clicking on the net, it'll drop everything that was in the net and just get rid of it. So you want to make sure that you drag the items that you want into the bank deposit box icon, and that'll let you keep them. You also get a tiny bit of fishing experience. It's somewhere around 4K fishing experience per hour. So it might have been good back in 2004 or whatever it was when they released this. Actually, no, it still would have been pretty terrible. But it is a decent method for making money. I think it's over 300k profit per hour once you have a decent fishing level, so that's actually not too bad, especially for way back when it was released. That's pretty good. So now on to the other rewards besides the fishing experience and the fish, and that is the shark tooth necklace. And this necklace gives you more fishing experience when catching sharks, and it also makes sharks heal more when it's worn. And you get it by getting shark teeth from the fishing trawler, and they're quite uncommon. It took me about 135 trawler runs in order to get all 5 pieces, which you need for the necklace. And it's not necessary for anything, it's just sort of a cool item to have. I was hoping that they'd make it some sort of passive effect so sharks would always heal more, but you have to actually wear it, which is sort of annoying because it's definitely not worth wearing. And it's not like you really use sharks to eat in all that many situations besides PvP, in which you would not want to be risking the necklace. But yeah, that's everything for Fishing Trawler. And if you're watching this on the day of the upload, I'll be doing the Trawler live stream later today, so if you're interested in that, come take a look. Thanks for watching.